Hello and welcome back to episode 14 of our Timberborn Ironteeth Meander playthrough. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's get started. We are working on this power tower. And I realized that I did this very poorly. Truly. Um, we can get a lot more done with these tubeways if we use overhangs at the top. Like, that was just the worst possible way to do any of that. Um, so we aren't going to be stupid anymore. Well, at least not for that reason. We might, very well might be stupid in other ways. That's a distinct possibility always. To go around this corner, I think we're going to need another platform, though. Let's see. No, let's definitely go. Let's go to this one so that we can then double back this way. Why I spent all these logs on the all these planks on these platforms when not needed at all. I'm not sure. Mistakes. Okay? Sorry. Definitely don't want to delete all of that. Nope. Where is the part I do want to delete? Just there. Let me keep that one. Oh no, what did I delete there? Is it necessary? Maybe. Oh no, that was necessary though. So, wonderful start for the episode. Whether or not that's strictly necessary, I do want those levees there just for aesthetics, I think. So we'll do that. I'm gonna unpause it though. They can be working on this as I'm building this. That's not even the spot I need that at. Right here, actually. I still need another one. I do. There we go. Beautiful. So now that we're building our scaffolding smarter, this should go a lot faster. Oh no, that's too tall. Um, there's solutions for that. Hmm. What am I trying to do here? Anybody have any idea? Okay. Fair enough. Definitely not a great way to do that. Mm. Okay, so this is close to being a good idea. We're just going to bring it down one more. One more even, because then we can build a platform there. Okay. So this was a, what is this, a double? Okay, we just want a single there. I don't know if people are following my random train of thought here, but my plan should become somewhat obvious here shortly. And then we can just wait a minute. What? What? There we go. Huh? You know what? Honestly, we can connect up here. That would be even better. There we go. Now that should really speed up everything. It's a mess, granted, but I think if we build this section first, it will help speed up a lot of the other sections. So yeah, a lot of this scaffolding was just wasted resources. That's okay. I mean, it's not great, but worse things have happened. And we're still in a temperate cycle, so we're just pumping as much as we beaverly can. Beaverly possible sounds a lot better. So we're pumping as much as beaverly possible. That's what I'm sticking with. And I do want to just delete these two trees ASAP. Maybe I should have just built platforms here and put that out one more, but this will work too. No problems. Yeah, so I have never done one of these before, as I said. So it's a new experience for me. Um, I think there's a distinct possibility I might try to loop it back around this way. So have it go like to the side first and then go down, then to the side and then go down. Um, that might be a final thing plan. Uh, I just want to make sure that I don't see why this wouldn't work, but I want to get what we have here up and running and then adjust as needed for the future. Actually, if I modify, I don't need stairs up here. That was part of the bad plan. I do need that power shaft though. I don't really need these platforms either. By platforms, I do mean overhangs this time. But what I could use is I'm trying to think if what I'm thinking of doing is even feasible. I think it is. Especially if we this one's kind of unneeded right now. And maybe if I go like nope, that's not high enough. Let's put that at high priority again. I'm wondering I can definitely reach those. Will that let us build most of this or not? Really? But if we do this, it will. There we go. So then I can do something like that and that. Then I know for a fact they can reach everything. We got stranded beavers up here, people. Lots of stranded beavers up here. How did you get outside of the tubeways? You walked across here. That wasn't smart, guys. Gotta see how you're actually stranded now. Think you're stranded by, yep, by these tubeways. Now you can get out, I believe. All right. Think I can put these tubeways back in here? Question mark, without beavers being stupid might be a hard word. Foolish? Because it'd be pretty foolish for them to get stranded there again. At least we noticed before anybody starved to death. That's not always guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, they don't have anything to build over here, actually, at the moment. That's not what I wanted there. That should let them build that platform. But maybe not the one above it. Gosh darn it. Okay. Now they should be able to build all of that. I think. I could be wrong. It's happened once or twice. Okay. So we have more food that can be planted. What do we need to plant for food right now? I think some soybeans might not be bad. Cassavas. Yeah, let's do some more soybeans. That's eggplant. Let's have right here be some cassavas. The drought has started. So, and actually we've already pumped all of this, so we can pause these guys. Pause like 2 of these. I don't think we need to pump a whole lot of water at this exact moment. All right. It really looks like all of this is able to be built now, so that's wonderful news. So we're just waiting on Beaver statue built it. Okay, that's okay. Wood workshop. Yeah, we don't need that right now. Smelter we honestly barely need. What are we doing on harvesting that scrap? We are eating through that scrap pretty quickly. With that in mind, let's look towards expanding to our next batch of scrap. which is going to be over here and not that difficult at all to get to. And if we run into log issues, there's also some more logs we could harvest up here too. So then all we really need is just a scavenger flag and a small industrial pile set to scrap and supply. Building like that, you guys are going to trap yourselves. Don't do that. Ay, ay, ay. Gotta babysit these beavers so they don't trap themselves. I was trying to think if all these platforms were needed. But they are, because they're for the power shafts. So that's fine. Okay, now this section of tubing actually isn't needed. It was really just to build this platform, or this overhang. All right. Going well. Going well. I'm a little worried with all of this planting of food that we're doing that it might cause us to need another farmhouse. And if that's the case, we'll handle that issue when it comes. It looks like some of these lumberjacks can't even reach some of those. So that's a thing, I guess. And some of these oaks aren't even marked for cutting. That is also a thing, I guess. Hey, we have eggplant rations coming in. We don't have any storage for them. Let's address that. Let's see. I do think we can empty this medium warehouse of blueberries and just go with the one large one. And then we could put a large warehouse there for eggplant rations. And set it to obtain. And they can't reach all of that. Maybe if we put a stairway right there, that should fix our issues, I think. We're short on planks. Okay, that's kind of to be expected. We have a lot of things that require planks being built. Not least of which is the two-ways. All right. I think we've recovered pretty well. Our reservoir is staying pretty full, and I didn't notice any flooding over here when the drought started. I mean, I guess we would expect that to happen when the drought ended. Okay, we got a lot of resources here just not being grabbed. So we're going to pause it so people don't grab stuff right now. And we're going to try to force it over. We'll force it over this way, I think. No, right up there. That would be a good way. So if I just go like this, it should force all of this over. Hopefully not under. I don't want it under those. And we can even put it closer to where they can reach it. That should work. All right. Now let's, before they construct all that, delete it. Because we don't want this actually built. We just wanted our resources accessible. That was a wonky camera angle there. There we go. And how many resources? A lot of resources is now accessible. 405 planks when we are short on planks. Huge. Absolutely huge. What the? How did that get over there? We definitely don't need it. Okay, let's check these scavengers. Okay, yep, now they can reach all of the scrap with that stairway. Perfect. These aren't built yet, but I'm not too concerned about that fact. Explosives. Interesting. Kind of surprised this isn't going faster. I guess let's make sure to prioritize the tubeways themselves, because that's what's going to give us access to everything else. Actually, this tubeway I don't think is necessary. Oh well. But yeah, we would be looking a lot better on planks if last episode I didn't just go crazy with platforms and forget that overhangs are a thing. And would have been much more cost effective and time effective, because they could build this whole overhang just from here instead of having to build all of the platforms below it before building more platforms. Like this took a whole lot longer than this. This was improper scaffolding. It looks like more like real world scaffolding, but it's very inefficient compared to what we have the ability to take advantage of. Let's see. Debating if I want to expand to the back of this soon. I might, just because I think that'd be fun. It might be fun. Let's observe how this is going. Okay. We got all or most of the tubeways in place. Now we're working on some platforms. Okay. I guess technically we don't even need that overhang to be there. Without impermeable floors, we could just not have it there. But at this point, it's supporting some other stuff. Like it could have just been a platform there instead of an overhang. But I kind of like that it's there because it will make it easier to just add impermeable floors if we want to add another section over here where it snakes back. So that's fine. No problem at all. This is still being constructed. Just waiting on more planks. We already eat through all those planks, or are we just... I think we're lacking builders to efficiently use all the planks. Because this is a lot of stuff they have to build here. I don't think we're waiting on any materials in particular. It's just peel back the layers and see where we're at. Yeah, we're just waiting on more planks for... Not even waiting for more planks, just waiting for what? Time? Yeah. Waiting on time. So be it. Everything's accessible. I don't see any... Oh, that one says it's too far from a district center. Why would that be the case? You are right below. Oh, these two-ways aren't done yet. That's why. And those two-ways are waiting on... Okay. So, there is a little bit of an issue. Got it. Things would speed up building up to these two-ways if we did these ridiculously almost pointless two-ways there. That would let them build the stuff that supports these other two-ways more efficiently. Which we can definitely do that. Looks stupid, but we'll get most of the resources back. And I think when it's such a small amount, it doesn't even take 75%. Doesn't even take that 25%. It just gives you 100% back, I think. All right, so now that should speed things up. If it looks stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid. All right, soybeans are really starting to bounce back. We probably have more than what we need right now. Looks like we could still use more eggplants and kohlrabis. Maybe even some cassava still. Let's do that. That would be good cassava territory. I do think all of that shall be eggplant. Even make this a nice, neat corn area. Eggplant. And I'm going to make this far section over here another patch of kohlrabi. Just because we don't have much of that at the moment. Now we'll see if the beavers will be able to keep up with all of that. I don't think they will. So we're probably going to need another farmhouse, which isn't that big of a deal. This is still taking a while. There's a lot to build there, though, to be fair. And I can tell that it's going better because you see so many builders go into different spots here. It means they're doing multiple sections at once. I bet these two ways are just terrible for calculations of paths. I guess no more than if they were just paths there. Sorry about the yawn. I just realized I'm a caffeine addict and I haven't had any caffeine today. That's probably why the yawns are happening. Let's see. Crack open a Mountain Dew because that's classic gaming fuel. There we go. I'm not sponsored by Mountain Dew or Timberborn. Let's change that, guys. Sponsor me. I don't think I need a Mountain Dew sponsorship. I drink enough of it. If I had more reason to drink it, it would be bad, actually. All right. So yeah, you can just see that they're definitely working on multiple parts of this at once instead of just building up one thing at a time, one layer. Not even one layer, column might be a better word there. Okay, we have eaten through all of those planks yet again. Do we need another industrial lumber mill? It might help. certainly would not hurt. Just trying to decide if it makes sense to have it there, or if it might make sense to start building on the backside here. I think for the long run, that's going to be more beneficial. We will have to put that at high priority though, or else it will just not be built. Actually, not this one. We just want to be careful because all these lumber mills will eat through our logs quite quickly, and we just got rid of a lot of trees in order to expand food. So we might want to consider, where's our next tree farm going to be? um Part of me really wants to just use the what used to be the river channel and now isn't, because we have the pipe connecting it, using that as a farm. That just seems kind of cheeky, and I kind of want to do it. There's not a lot of room there though at the moment, so maybe if I flatten some more of this out. We can delete these levees that were in case I couldn't get the reservoirs to work how I wanted. Not needed anymore. We're gonna make this path simpler too. Also put that at high priority so they can reach this stuff again. Yeah, a lot of this just isn't necessary now. So we can get some resources back. And we can make this path simpler again too. I don't think there should be no reason water will ever go this way again either. So that whole thing is pointless. This scaffolding is inaccessible now. Clean up a lot of kind of loose ends we got going on over here. And the final cleanup would be to move the debris into a place that it's accessible. That just seems like a lot of work right now. So I'm just going to wait and see what they can actually reach and not worry about it too terribly much. Hey! Is that all going? It is. Is the bad water flowing where we want it to? So this first level, and then it drops down here. And then it's flowing back this way, right? Yep, flowing back that way, as it should. Dropping down. Flowing back this way, dropping down. And dropping down there and flowing back that way. Perfect. It's exactly what we wanted it to do. And how much is this system generating? I said right around 2,400, I thought. And it seems like I was correct. Looks like we're losing just a little bit of velocity as it snakes through. Or just when it drops, maybe, before it really figures out where it needs to go. Ah, there is a little bit of velocity loss. But that is okay. So yeah, we're getting right around that 2,400. So that is higher than what we have over here currently. So that's good. Debating if I want to just connect this to this supply and then shut off the engines. And I think that's probably a smart idea. What is going on here? Oh. Okay, that's kind of gross. So, I think we can delete this one. Make it, nope, not that. Make it vertical. And I think we're just going to follow along this two-way so that they can easily reach and build all of that. And we are kind of concerned about logs, so that's why I am connecting this right away. I'm seriously just going to follow this tube-way for now. It's probably not the smartest way to do it, but that way I know I don't need to worry about more scaffolding at all or anything like that. I know 100% this is all accessible because we're right next to a tube-way. That makes it a little bit easier. I mean, and I know that this stuff isn't going to be difficult to reach either. Now these two systems should be connected very shortly. And we are using this to produce power. And then we can save logs by turning off some of these engines. 4 of the engines? Yeah. So connected now. It is. All right. And officially, everything is running on renewable energy. Most of it's coming from our power tower. A tiny little bit is coming from these compact water wheels. About 100 HP. It's coming from those. Which the math checks out. But they were able to reach quite a bit of that debris. I'm glad I didn't worry about trying to make it all accessible, because by and large it was accessible. Okay, that's not the side of that I wanted any of that to go on. Please quit fighting me. Okay, that one's accessible now. That one is. So's that one. Success. All right, we got all of those materials back. Excellent. Now, I do think I'm going to put a path back over here. And I want to lower some of this to the riverbed height. Actually, it would almost make more sense to build up. What do I want to do? Now, that takes away from the fact that we're building in what used to be the riverbed. So I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to match that height. So that would be single dynamite here. Double dynamite there. I don't think we need these either. So I could do like single here and double there. Triple on that level. Then we just need a way to get down there too, of course. And yes, I'm probably not the most optimal spot for a tree farm, but I just like the idea of saying that we made this connected reservoir and now we're using what used to be the riverbed as a farm. That just seems like a triumph over nature, which seems like a very Ironteeth thing to do. Let's see, how am I going to get down? I think it's going to be honestly, kind of cheeky way. And we're down there. And we have a forester. And there's going to need to be some lumberjacks. Lumberjacks that really won't have anything to do for a long while. See, this can be blown up. So can that. So can that. 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 Maybe. Yes, we modified the river channel. No, I don't think that's emitting defeat. That might not be reachable. Okay, not all of this area is irrigated by these, as I was hoping. That's kind of unfortunate. But not to be entirely unexpected, this is, of course, we got source of water here and here. So this is the furthest from the water. If we just build a path over there, they'll be able to build that one. Same with these. As far as that one goes, if we delete this right now and just put a, it's kind of silly, but if we just put a tubeway there, they can build that one. We can delete the tubeway and put another one there. Problem solved. I paused it. My bad. We can definitely get planting some of these oaks. And again, this wasn't for maximum efficiency here. This was for, haha, we're utilizing the riverbed in a way that most people probably haven't been. It's just for funsies. Okay, well, looks like we can blow up more of that. Blow up that. Oh no, we didn't have that at the right height. I should not have deleted that tubeway. Oopsie. So this should have been a triple, not a double. Oh well. Drought ended. And we still have quite a bit of water in here. Excellent. We can turn these back on to pump some more. You know, when we don't lose a whole lot of the water to flooding, we actually have quite a bit. I was wondering what this beaver statue was doing there. I remember it was in memory of the fallen stranded beaver that I didn't even notice. Sorry, guy. Now we can safely delete that. Put a triple there. And that pathway is officially unnecessary. Okay. That should work. And this guy just has to get busy planting some oaks. Is our population actually growing? It is. Whoa, that's a bad flood. It rectified itself pretty quickly. And no problems over here. I think if we didn't have it one higher, though, there might have been some problems. Yep. It's just, you see, it's kind of taking a little while to equalize there. So yeah, our search projection was both necessary and effective. Wow, that was a quick drought warning. So, be it. That can be eggplants, I guess. Well, kohlrabi. I do see a decent amount of unharvested crops, which tells me that we need another farmhouse. Seems like that's the best orientation. A few more cassavas. And after these trees are all cut, we won't be needing these lumberjacks anymore. Oh, can they not reach back there? There's no way for them to reach those trees. Get rid of the small tank. And now they can. Yeah, when I built that farmhouse, it blocked access to those trees. Oops. Stuff happens. Not terribly worried about it. That one's still marked for planting. Definitely don't want that. Are any of these other ones marked for planting? There still are trees. We don't want any of these trees to be replanted. We're moving the tree farm. In fact, the easiest way to do that would be, hey, we don't need a forester here anymore. Now none of them will get replanted. We'll keep some of the... I don't think we need all these lumberjacks. We'll keep the two that are furthest away from each other so that we're still covering the max. Oh, we still aren't reaching all of that. What I meant to say is... Wow. If I build it there, they can't reach those. Well, you're pointless for sure. You can reach those ones. So basically, once these ones are reached, I will build a new lumberjack flag that can reach these four. It's not a big issue. This one can reach everything except for these four. So once all this other stuff is taken care of, then I'll replant one more lumberjack flag that can reach those 32 logs waiting for us over there. All right, so when the drought's not going, these compact water wheels do contribute a decent amount to our power because we got the good water flowing in here as well as the bad. We are running out of bad water though. So I think we need another bad water pump. I don't see why that would not be a perfectly fine spot for one. Did not mean to build a path there. I'm trying to keep an eye on the canola oil since we're now using it for both soybeans and eggplant rations, but it has not gone down at all. We're doing a-okay on that. I think it's safe to say that by and large, our food has recovered, which is great news because that was not ideal that we were running into food issues that late just because of mismanagement. Seems like cassava is one of the things that we're still struggling with though, so we're aiming to fix that. Plant a few more. Wonder... No, we don't even have the raw cassava, so I was starting to think, I wonder if we don't have enough, we need another fermenter for cassavas. But since we're not even building up the raw cassavas, that's not the issue. That's not the bottleneck. Drought has started. Let's pause these pumps and get these ones going again. Okay, not looking bad. And this guy is working. How about that other scrap pile? Is that empty? It is. We'll keep the two-way over there in case. 3 planks. Fine. In case we want to go over here again. I mean, I'm sure we're going to want to go over there for something. I just don't know for what at this point. This is such a large map. I don't foresee us utilizing every square inch of this one like we did on the folktale playthrough on Cliffside. This is just a larger map, so to try to squeeze everything in tight like we did over there, we could fit a whole heck of a lot and everything more than what we need. We can fit everything that we need without getting to such extreme measures. Folktale playthrough, I kind of had an end goal of that like cave system that we're living in and having all the bots work for us outside. I don't really know what I want for an end goal for this playthrough though. Right now I'm still just expanding, building things up, and going with the flow. If you have any ideas for like a kind of a final goal, let me know. Obviously, one of the final goals is to get this Earth repopulator up and running. That will be part of it, obviously. It's just a matter of, we kind of decide when this is over. And I have not even begun envisioning a finish line. So let me know if you have any ideas for that. And until then, we're just going to keep expanding population to help with more projects, getting further along on the tech tree. Those two things are kind of what we're doing. We now have sustainable power that's not eating through our logs to maintain. And I think that is going to be a huge benefit. These engines don't eat up a whole lot of logs, but the less engines we require, the less trees we need planted. It is totally viable instead of building a power tower like this. Your power tower could basically be a vertical tree farm. And then you rely on engines being fed with those trees to produce your power. That is a completely viable end game power strategy. But it's nice that we didn't have to rely on that. I like this idea. It seems more renewable, less exploitative of nature. Although exploiting nature is kind of Ironteeth's whole thing. But using like oil contaminated water to turn wheels also seems kind of like a dirty power method. Even though we didn't cause the contamination, it's encouraging this contamination to flow. That's my story anyway. Okay. Doing pretty good getting these planted. And we can reach a little bit further over here, huh? We can reach that far, apparently. And even further if we blow that one up. That should be a double, though. Willing to bet our bad water supplies will recuperate once we are not exploding stuff quite so heavily. we go. Forester's doing a good job. We don't even have the storage for all those logs when they come online. That can be fixed. But yeah, we don't at the moment. Let's see. I think next episode I am going to work on expanding this just to take advantage of this area and to say that we built above and utilized the area above our bad water diversion system. I think will be fun. So we're going to need levees up to this point, but you don't actually need levees above water sources. The water can't flow backwards over them, so no levees will need to be here. So we're gonna have to build some proper scaffolding, of course, but that is basically the area that we're gaining. Just to lay that out. That's what one of the projects we're gonna do next time. Oh, we don't even have a really a path for the scaffolding at the moment. So we need to work on that. Not a huge deal. Not that difficult. We'll get it done. What this is telling me is that we can go a whole lot higher here. I just don't know if we can go much higher here because otherwise it's going to want to flow out this way. So unless we pressurize this aqueduct, I don't think we can make the reservoir much higher. Might be something to consider in the future. Yeah, a little pressurized pipe basically coming in from this one to feed into it could definitely be cool. Or we could get rid of the aqueduct, like, and not have it be an upwards pressurized pipe and just have another pipe leading to that water source and just pressurize this. Let me know what you guys what you think I should do with this water source. I think it needs to be pressurized in some way, similar to this. It's just whether or not we pressurize this whole aqueduct and keep that more or less intact and have it feed into here pressurized, or if we dig down below and have it hidden, feeding into this. One of those two things, and then we can build our reservoirs higher. Let me know what you guys think, what you prefer, and we'll see what we can do with that. With that, we are over an hour, and I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching this video, especially if you watch it all the way to the end. I know they are on the long side. I appreciate you guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I will talk to you guys next time.